The ice and snow on the way.
Yeah, there are over 30 bridges from Alma on I-49 all the way to Bella Vista, and they're likely to get very difficult to travel on, very, very slick later this week, thanks to our coming winter storm. That cold front's off towards the north and west. Right now, it doesn't look like too bad weather. You got a couple snow showers, a couple rain showers off towards the north, but a lot of cold air is bottled up in southern Canada and now in the northwestern parts of the United States. This is all diving south right towards Arkansas and Oklahoma. On top of that, you see some of the very heavy rain coming in towards Houston. There's no question about having enough moisture for this storm. You got to have enough moisture. Sometimes we can get cold, but if you don't have moisture, you need snow or ice. Well, we've got the moisture coming in. We've got the cold coming in. You put them together, we've got a winter storm. I think this will be the biggest winter storm that we've had so far this season. We've had some snow, but this one we've got ice and snow. As everyone says, ice is much worse. Winter storm watches stretch all the way from Texas right into Oklahoma, into Arkansas, and up to the Great Lakes, where they're expecting a lot of heavy snow. We're going to get a mix of ice and snow. That's the problem. Underneath the snow, we're likely to have a layer of ice up to about a ½ inch. And then on top of that, as we progress through this storm and as temperatures get colder, more snow is likely. But until then, things are not too bad until Wednesday. Tomorrow, first day of February, will be cooler than we were today, and we won't have as much sun. Expect showers kind of off and on throughout the day. Showers all the way through lunchtime and recess, and then as we wrap up into the evening for evening practice, a couple showers still out there. But then things change as we get towards Wednesday. Wednesday will start off with rain showers for the majority of the day. Throughout the afternoon, we'll get a little bit colder and a little bit colder, and by Wednesday at sunset, we'll change that rain over to freezing rain, to ice. The pink and purple colors show you where the greatest ice potential will be. Across all of Arkansas, we've got some of the worst expectations, especially in the mountains, from about Fayetteville south into Greenland and West Fork and Winslow, even up towards Mountainburg as well. We've got a solid chance for a ½ inch of ice. That includes most of Madison County too. North of I-40 in the foothills of the Boston Mountains, north of Clarksville, north of Ozark, we also have a chance for a ½ inch. But I think a lot of us from Springdale north to Bentonville, ¼ of an inch, and a ¼ inch of ice for Van Buren, Fort Smith, Poto, and east towards Clarksville. But what does that mean? We can talk about ice amounts, but will the power go out? There's a good chance it may. We probably will have numerous power outages for 1 to 2 days across western Arkansas and eastern Oklahoma. Remember those ice storms we had in 2009 and 2000? We were over here towards the end of the category, 1½ inches of ice, and we had power for over a week for a lot of us. We're slowly kind of back here towards the middle. We've got enough for some power outages, but things are going to get tricky. That's just the first part of the storm. The second half comes in for Thursday. As temperatures continue to get colder, we're likely to switch over to some sleet and snow. In northwest Arkansas, we could get maybe 4, 5, even up to 6 inches of snow. In the River Valley, maybe an inch or so. Here's another way to look at that snow. The heavy stuff will be off towards the north. I'll tell you what, in Missouri and parts of Kansas, they're expecting over a foot, sometimes even over up to 2 feet of snow. Here at home, kind of between a 1 inch or 2 incher, I think, for the River Valley. Around 4 inches for northwest Arkansas, a little bit more as you press towards Prairie Creek, Rogers, north towards Bella Vista. Here's a look at Futurecast. Tonight, we're dry, but by tomorrow morning, a couple of showers will start to pop up, and then we're just kind of rainy off and on for your Tuesday. Into Wednesday, we start with rain, and then we switch over to some ice and sleet, and then we switch over to some snow. And that's when things will get very tricky on our area roadways. We've got a red weather alert for Wednesday and Thursday because travel is likely to become very dangerous across northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. And we're really looking out for power outages too. We're going to give you all the updates as we progress through the system. We'll fine-tune the details. We'll let you know when power outages are going on. Of course, our 5 News app is always available. So if you lose power, you got some backup battery on your phone, you can always stream 5 News.
And obviously, too, we have to be careful because we're still 48 hours out from this, right? So things could change, even if incrementally, and that could make a big difference.
Huge difference. And everyone is going to have something different compared to your neighbor's house.
Sure.
That's just how these events work.
Okay, Matt, thanks. Coming up, the Lunar New Year starts tomorrow, but some folks got a head start this weekend. We'll talk about it next.